Benefits of commercial syndication can be summarised with these points. They give access to higher quality property and all the things that come with that. That includes the higher quality tenants and the higher quality leases and the longer leases. This means that you can have a position where you can be more relaxed with your investment because it's set up for you and it can be professionally managed for you. All the insurance rates and taxes can be paid by the tenant if it's in the lease. There's even a triple net lease whereby the maintenance is paid by the tenant. This is quite an advantage to be in that position where all these outgoings don't come back to the owner at all. Diversification is also a great possibility here where you can enter into 2 or 3 different syndications by types of syndications and by locations. We've got one client recently who had a couple of $1 million and asked us to put him into 5 different syndications, so he knew that his risk was greatly reduced. Low funds are required to enter this, so it's not a lot of money, but approximately $200,000 will get you into a syndication. It's absolutely ideal for self-managed super funds, but also for individuals. Exit strategies from commercial syndications should be considered before you actually acquire a position in a syndicate. The ability to sell out starts with the original quality of the property that you invest in. So if you have a high quality property that the syndicate has acquired, it ensures that you will be able to sell your share when you want to. In the trust deed, there should also be the 3 ways to exit strategies expressed there so that you can see how the process works. This process in all the syndications that we've done in the last 18 years are: 1, you offer it to all the remaining members of the syndicate and give them 14 days to make up their mind, and usually this accounts for about 78–80% of most sales of people exiting from a syndication. 2, if that hasn't happened within the 14 days, you can then offer it to any one or group within the syndicate and give them 14 days. If that hasn't happened within 14 days, you can then bring in an external investor. Usually 1 and 2 take care of about 98% of most sales because the quality of the property determines that there is a demand. The external investors also are ready to come in there because there's a very good reason why they would like to get in there, and that's this, the 4th point, which is quite important, and that is if you're selling 20% or less of a syndicate, it is not considered to be a property transaction. So you can acquire your share and units without paying stamp duty, which is a big benefit on other acquisitions. This point also makes your shares and units quite saleable, and it motivates the buyer as well. So it's a very important point. Structure is very important with commercial investment, either individually or self-managed super funds. With syndications, we always use a company as trustee on title. We issue shares to each investor, and we also ask each investor to become a director. The trust issues units in direct proportion to the dollars invested as equity by the investors. This sets you up for the best position for tax, but also it allows that structure then to be used in a self-managed super fund compliant way. These rules that follow are most important for self-managed super funds. The fund must pass the control test always. There must never be a time where anyone has more than 50% of the shares or units, even at the rollout period. And from then on, it must also be able to pass the control test. There must be an annual audit. Non-recourse finance must also apply, or the new limited recourse finance arrangement where you only guarantee your share of the loan. Genuine commercial arrangements with the tenant must apply as well. If you follow all these rules, you will have a successful commercial property investment.